Thank you all. So bear with me for a few more minutes. We are off the class soon. So this is really a privilege for me to speak on this platform. And I'm Professor Sam Lees from the Institute for Ocean Engineering. And I would like to talk about the education in ocean engineering. This is right on time. So let's begin. Imagine yourself on board on 19 feet wooden ship that's bubbling in unpredictable waves in the Pacific Ocean about 190 years ago. The year is 1835. A 26-year-old naturalist just stepped on a rocky shore of the Galapagos Island, by a ship, of course. What he will find there, that's the finch with the beak that's shaped by their diet, turtles with a shell that adapt with their habitat, will plant a seed for the most revolutionary ideas of all human history. But here's the fact that we often overlook. The idea was not born in a lab. It's not even on land. The idea was born at the sea. And the 5 years voyages of that ship over there, the HMS Beagles, was not only just a journey of exploration. It is actually the cradle of the modern biology. And we all know the naturalist's name, Charles Darwin. And the ocean not only just brings Darwin's ship, it brings this very question that will redefine how we understand the life itself. And the Darwin's story just hums with home one thing, that the ocean is humanity's greatest teacher. Way before we have the microscope strong enough to see a DNA, the oceans has already shown how life will adapt, evolve, and finally survives. And think about that tidal pools. This gives the early scientists a chance to observe how clownfish and sea animals are helping each other. And there's deep sea, where the sun has never shined. But the creatures down there just make their own light. This is a total game changer. And the oceans doesn't just give biologists the fact. It makes us rethink about the connection. Is that every living thing on this planet, whether it's over land or in the sea, is just a part of a very fragile web, as Dr. Du has said in the early presentations about the Mother Earth. It's actually, and the web is being pretty stretched at the moment. Our planet is a hotspot. Okay, it's climate change, not enough resources. People are requiring more from our motherland. So guess what? The ocean is calling again. And this time, it's not to teach us. It's actually help us fixing things. The same water that gave the birth of modern biology is actually the keys to our sustainable future. So let's talk about a few things that the oceans could do for us. Not some far-off mysteries, but something real and something that we can use them wisely. Let's first look at energy. We're all familiar with solar and wind power, but the ocean energy potential is just tremendous. The ocean waves, tides, thermal gradients, which is the temperature's difference between the surface and the deep seas, could generate clean, sustainable electricities. A single wave farm off the coast of Scotland could power tens of thousands of homes. And unlike the solar panels that will go dark at night, the wind turbines will stop to work in the still air. The movement of the ocean is predictable and relentless. So this is not just another alternative energy source. It's the most reliable energy source that we can count on to support the whole city without destroying our planet. Then there's minerals. Okay, the land's easily accessible critical metals, like the lithiums for the battery, cobalt for the electronics, and the nickel for the electric cars, are dwindling. But luckily, on the floor of the sea, we have found what we call polymetallic nodules, those rock-like formations that rich with exactly those minerals. Those nodules are just formed naturally over millions of years, and harvesting them with right technology, of course, we're avoiding deforestation and soil erosion that comes with land mining. And what more? Oceans contains dissolved minerals that we can extract without digging at all. For example, the magnesium that be used from the airplane to medical devices can be extracted from the seawater. So the oceans doesn't just another source of the minerals, it's actually the most sustainable source of the minerals, more sustainable than any other source will come across over land. And let's not forget about the space. By the year of 2050, it is projected that the world's populations will go over 9.7 billion. And our city is already facing its own problem. As I said before, it's that traffic jam, overcrowded housing, and overloaded infrastructures. Those are the reality of our urban life. But what if we stop fighting for the living space over land? We start to look down instead of look out. The idea of underwater cities is not science fiction anymore. The engineers from Japan and from Norway are already testing the underwater habitat that will sustain extreme pressure, use materials to resist corrosions, with systems that recycle air and water. So these are not just cities. They are entire ecosystem with tunnel connect to the surface and powered entirely by ocean renewable energies. Ocean does not just give you a space to live. Ocean gives us a second chance to rebuild our city that work with nature, not against it. But here's the catch. None of this would happen without the right people. That harnessing the ocean renewable energy isn't just tossing technique into the waves. It's actually design and build a thing that is safe, friendly to environment, and actually work. Think about a wave farm that will not harm dolphins. The nodule minings at the bottom of the sea will not mess up with the deep sea creatures. And the construction of the underwater city will actually make the reef thrive. Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? You. The young engineers, scientists, thinkers that in this room will connect what you already knew to what we need right now. Let's think about Darwin again. He's not there to make this most revolutionary discoveries at the beginning. He was just there to observe. He was just curious about what is going on beyond the show he knew. But he has the guts to pursue those curiosities into unknown. These are the exact qualities we look into yours. The curiosity and the courage. The curiosity to trying to find out the most weird but amazing mysteries of the oceans, and the courage to use your skill, your knowledge, your technique into this whole new place. So to all the young engineers, future engineers in this room, don't let the drowning civil engineers hold you back. The world may not need another new highway, but it do need people who can design and build a wave farm that could power the whole city. The world may not need another office building, but it do need people who can design and construct an underwater city that make people live in harmony with the ocean. The ocean already gave Darwin his greatest idea. It's waiting to give you yours. Let's answer the ocean's call. That's making the ocean engineering not just a class I teach, but a movement, because the time to act is now, and the future is underwater. Thank you.